my great pleasure to stand in front of all the courageous people from around the world who dare to challenge the prejudice and myths against gays, lesbians, bisexuals, transgenders, third genders, and intersex people despite potential risk and stigma. I'm truly honored that I have been invited to speak at this panel of the World Outgames International Conference in LGBT Human Rights, Copenhagen 2009, where the rest of the distinguished speakers and participants are greatly inspiring and have contributed hugely to the LGBTI rights.
Hi, I'm Sunil Babu Pant, openly gay member of parliament from Nepal. I'm bringing the hope, achievements that we have achieved so far in Nepal to share with the other similar countries where the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgenders, intersex people still face a lot of problem, exclusions, violence from the states and from the rest of the society. That we should be hopeful. We should not lose hope. Keep dreaming and work on your dreams.
Of course, the theme of the conference is the freedom to love, the love of freedom. It's all interconnected, and it's something, as citizens of the world that we are, that we all should share.
The only reason why I think that I have been able to be who I am and to do the things that I have done is because I chose, when I did enter the public life of politics, to be blatantly honest. To talk about my past, which was unsavoury to some, to say the least, a sex worker, a stripper, a drag show artiste, all of those sorts of things that gradually I think I grew out of and decided that equality and my right to be able to be who I am was important, and that was a selfish thing, selfish to me. But as I pursued that, I think for my own gratification, to be treated and respected with equality, it became much wider than me. And I think that is the essence of being a politician of a different gender or of a different sexual orientation.
I think we also have to remember that while we may have made remarkable progress in Canada, we're also citizens of the world, and I think we have a particular responsibility to speak out and to act in solidarity with our sisters and brothers in the LGBT community around the world. We have made it, but there's still huge steps that need to be taken in other areas, and let's work together.
Okay, good afternoon. The theme of this panel is our rights, our differences, the global and diverse LGBT community. We have four amazing panelists here today, whom I will introduce in turn. It's all of our hope that we'll have a really interesting and productive discussion today. In yesterday's panel, the moderator made reference to the importance of humor in doing the LGBT human rights work that we do, and I could not agree with her more. My friend, Bob Bosson, who's a singer-songwriter from Canada, likes to say, just because you're saving the world, it doesn't mean you have to have a bad time.
Really, really fantastic to see so many faces from the movement gathered under one roof, if only for a short period of time, to talk, to exchange, to debate, and really to engage and learn from each other. And while a lot of us from the movement are here today, a lot of us unfortunately aren't, and that isn't really a coincidence. The term global LGBT rights movement is perhaps a little misleading, unless by global we mean of the global north, because that is largely the locus of power from where this movement operates, and we need to always be conscious of that. We need to always be aware of who frames the terms of our debates, of how that debate is being framed, and ultimately to what end.
I guess for me there is a meeting point which is happening here between LGBT community and what I guess you could call allies of the LGBT community. I guess, throughout the world, and also between people in the developed as well as people in the developing countries. And I think the message for me, which I go away with, is that human rights apply to everybody in the world, regardless of sexuality, regardless of race, regardless of gender. That's a powerful message.
It has been amazing. This has been such a fulfilling experience. I have learned so much. I have met so many amazing people doing amazing human rights work all over the world, and I feel my brain is full, my heart is full.
I'm a firm believer that it has to start in our schools and our communities, and with our youngest learners, I believe. This session today will now look at how to build that within our youth, and how to create safe schools and safe environments, enabling environments, allowing complete self-expression among all our youth, and how we can achieve that. And it's a session that will look at a program that is delivered through the school academic community, and how it can be built and delivered at the community level from a more global perspective.
But just as importantly, I want to say how exciting and how hopeful it is to see the developments in Cuba over the past few years. The progress that has been made has been really quite extraordinary. But let me just say a couple of things about Mariela Castro Espin. Mariela has been a passionate and dedicated advocate for our communities.